young world. Hey, young world. Whoop, whoop, shout. It's Lydia. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the Whoop, whoop show. Whoop, whoop. How about the winter crowd? Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the Whoop, whoop show. Hey, young world. Whoop, shout. It's Lydia. Whoop, whoop.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey everybody, welcome. So I know it's Friday. Look like the camera is a little tilted, so let me see what I can do for that. And that bag is wide open, but hey, I ain't worried about nothing. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go in the comments, you guys. Thank you so much. It is Friday. I know, Thankful Friday. I did post it yesterday. I hope everybody can make it. This is going to be an awesome talk about today. This is awesome to me because I don't know much about it. And if anybody, anything like me, we don't be knowing about nothing. And the more we know, the more we grow. Words of Indiana, and it's so true. You know, and we're here today with ClausenWorld. A lot of you are new to YouTube, so you may just not know who ClausenWorld is. She's one of my day ones, what I call my immediate GCF, okay? So I've been learning from her from the time I jumped up here, or right during the time I jumped up here. We're gonna find out how long she actually been turning on that camera in a minute. Before that, if this is your first time here, I appreciate you 100%. How the show go. Oh, let me open up with prayer. Be strong and encouraged. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For your Lord our God is with us wherever we go. Amen. I've been leaving out that discouraged, honey, because sometimes I was discouraged. I guess my discouraged part over. I didn't even realize I was dropping it out. I just realized, I think I'm leaving out a word, and I did. But don't be discouraged, because our Father is with us wherever we go, and I really mean that and feel that when I read that scripture. So here we go. If you have not been around, how the format goes, I bring the guests on. You can speak to us in the audience. You can say, "Hey, young world," in one word. Your link will be dropped in there from your channel, or we can go find you later. If you're here for the replay, I don't think you can do it in the replay, but say hello so we can always find the people who were interested in us in the comments. What else? It's so much I can go over, but don't feel like I'm not interested in anything you guys say if I'm just talking to Clausen. So here we go. If you have not seen how the show go or who been on the show, here's a lineup right here.
TT's Urban Pantry, The Sweet Spot, Love Ladies Garden Projects and more, Lady Shirl's Organic Food, Forest and Products, Eco Neighbor, Container Crops, Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden, Bolt's Backyard Garden, Broke Farmer, Chain Breakers Garden, The Everyday Life of an OCD-ish Chick, Growing with Donnie, Angela's Busy Bee Garden and Homestead, Andale Homestead, Diva Jones 03, Gardening and Cocktails with Joy, Ernie Hatmaker, Angel Loves Garden, Hands in the Dirt, Indiana Backyard Gardener, Lion's Crest Outdoor Gardening, Veggie Farm Garden, Living Miracle Homestead, and Stinky's Puddle Ranch.
And Stinky Puddle Ranch. It's a little tilted, but I mean, I don't really. Eye coordination. All right, so my faithfuls, thank you so much, TT. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Sweet Spot. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you so much, Tia. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Lioncrest. Welcome, bro. I hope you made it home safe. All right, we got Clausen in the chat as well. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, GT. I appreciate you as well. So here we go. Without further ado, this person has been on this platform just as long as I've been up here. She's been educating us and myself, on so many things, you guys. So many things. Because she's just not a new gardener. She's been doing these things. And she just started teaching us. Hey, so here we go today. All right. Welcome, Clausen. Welcome, ClausenWorld. Woop, woop.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Hello, everybody. Hello. I feel honored. Thank you for having me here today.
It's not a question. It's not a question. I really appreciate you as well. And I was saying to them, how long do you remember when you posted your first video? Do you remember?
Yes, it was 3 years ago. This April, as a matter of fact, it's 3 years this month.
Are so we in April? That was 22 or 19?
What year are we in?
No, was it 20 or 19?
It was 20. Yeah, it was 20. I started in 20. Much like many other people, I started in 20 on YouTube.
Right. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, just as long as I've been up here, you've been up here as well, just educating us in so many ways from so many things. But today we are diving in right into something that a lot of people may know about, a lot of people may not, and maybe like me just don't understand the benefits of it. And it's kombucha. Start off by saying what kombucha is about. Tell us.
Kombucha is a fermented drink that is good for your immune system. It's good for your health. It's good for your skin. And it's easily made at home. It came on the market many years ago, but it seems to have really sparked an interest in many people over the last couple of years because a lot of folks are interested in good health. And I started drinking it one day just because I was walking through the health food store and I was thirsty. And I thought, well, I'm going to try that. And I ended up having surgery on my eyes. So I had some time at home and I thought, I want to try to make that on my own. So I bought my first SCOBY. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. I bought my first SCOBY and I made it at home. And I've been making it for the past 3 years. I taught my sister how to make it. My family enjoys it. We drink it as often as we can.
And I'm about to learn how to make it too. You could teach me, right?
I'm going to teach you. I am. I knew we were short on time, so what I did was I prepared it already, and I just want to show you guys how easy it is. How many of everybody in the chat, how many make sweet tea at home? Because that's the basis of making. You make your sweet tea, and Miss Lydia asked me, could I make it in a mason jar? And I know a lot of people may not have a mason jar. They may have a pickle jar, or they may have a jar of something that they bought from the store, and that's exactly what this is. My sister bought some soup, and so I repurposed it. I made some sweet tea this morning. This is nothing but filtered water and black tea and sweetener. They ask that you use a sugar, not an artificial sweetener, and it asks that you use a filtered water and not a tap water because that will mess with the SCOBY. And so what you do is you make your sweet tea, and I will put some information. I'll give some information to Lydia if you all are interested in following along. I even have a YouTube video that I made, and I have all the instructions in it. If Lydia wants to tap that, or if someone wants to add that to today's chat, we can do that. But you just make yourself some sweet tea, I'm going to take the top off. You use a filter or a tea cloth or some type of cloth to keep any kind of bugs or insects or dirt out. You use a rubber band. And what you do is you take your SCOBY and a starter liquid. Now, the starter liquid is nothing more than just old kombucha that's been sitting for longer than 14 days. Because after a while, the kombucha will turn into vinegar. So, what you do is you take a little bit of that old kombucha and a SCOBY and you pour it into your sweet tea. And hopefully I don't make a mess. But you just pour it in.
Take your time. We get if you need to put it down, you put it down. Do what you
Yeah.
gotta do.
You pour your liquid in just like so. And then and you don't want to touch your SCOBY with your hand because it is a living organism. And if you do, make sure your hands are clean. And I'm just gonna pour it into the jar. Let's see if I can do it on camera. And you just pour it into the jar like that.
That didn't look
And
good.
and then you take your cover and you leave it in your kitchen on top of your cabinet, in your pantry, someplace nice and relatively warm because this has to be room temperature. And when you put your SCOBY in, it needs to be room temperature. If it's too hot, it'll kill your SCOBY. You let this sit for 14 days. Most people like to let it sit for 10, but I like to let it sit for 14 because I like mine to have a little bit more of that tingy twang in the back. And then after 14 days, you just decant it. You pour it off of the SCOBY. I have a container that has like a spigot, and I pour it off, and I just drink it. If you want to flavor it, at that point, you can put whatever flavoring you want. It could be fruit like pineapples, peaches, elderberries, lemon juice, whatever you want to flavor it, and you let it flavor on your cabinet for another 5 days. It'll get some effervescence like soda water.
Oh,
And
soda
what
water. Is that what you mean when you kept saying that twang?
Yeah, it gets a little twang because if you let it sit out after you've let it ferment for 10 days, once you put your flavoring in, you let it sit for another 5 days and it'll get bubbly like soda water and it'll have a
Wow.
little twang. And then once it's done, then you put it in the refrigerator and start drinking it and enjoying it. And we
That
normally make it about like a gallon to 2 gallons at a time because like I said, my family really enjoys it.
how long do it last in the refrigerator once it's in the refrigerator?
Well, depending on how much you like it, it may last only a couple of days.
Oh,
It doesn't last long in our house because we drink it every day.
it's a
Again,
beverage. It's just a beverage in the refrigerator, like
it's
anything else.
it's exactly. And instead of going for a soda, we go for the kombucha. Like I said, it's good for your stomach. If you have stomach issues, upset stomach, it's good for your gut bacteria. It's just a really good healthy beverage. To me, it's better than drinking soda.
Well, you don't drink soda. Let the people know that how long you have not been drinking soda. First of all,
I stopped drinking sodas in my late 20s. So it's been roughly 25,
20
almost
plus
30
years.
years. Yeah, it's been 20 plus years. I don't want to date myself, but it's
Yeah,
been about
20
20
plus
plus
years.
years. Yes. I stopped drinking sodas just one day. Just one day. I looked at the dynamic of my family and I realized that my family had health issues. There was cancer. Many of my family members on my mother's side had cancer. Many of my family members had diabetes. A lot of the same issues that many people have. And as a young 20 something, I thought to myself, I want different for me. I don't want to be ill. And I don't know how to do it because people always tell you, oh, eat and exercise, eat better and exercise. But
Mm,
what does that look like? Because
yeah,
there's healthy food and then there's healthy food. A lot of people think eating tomatoes is healthy. It's good for you, but it inflames your joints. So
right,
there's healthy food and then there's healthy food. So it's I've had a long journey with trying to change how I live my life,
right.
and of course dragging my family along with me.
Yeah, because when we introduce ourselves to new things and we see it's working, people start noticing. They'll
Yes.
start noticing and they'll say what you're doing, and you like, well, I don't drink sodas anymore. That's one thing. I drink more water.
Yes.
That's another thing. And you are doing kombucha. You say you've been doing it 3 years.
Yes.
3 years. That stuff is everywhere. Everybody is talking about kombucha, and I seen the glasses in the stores, but I didn't know what kombucha was. I wasn't interested in it neither.
Yeah. It's just fermented sweet tea, and you can do that all on your own.
Now, does the do now I purchased it from the grocery store. It didn't taste like tea at all.
Hmm.
And is that how kombucha always made? It's not made no other way but with black tea.
No, not at all. What I made this one with black tea because most people have black tea, and it needs to be just a straight black. Like this was an English breakfast. It can't be something with flavor in it because again, that will mess with the SCOBY. What I do when I make mine is I make a mixture. I use a black tea. I use either an English breakfast or some other black tea I pulled off the shelf, but I also include a green tea with mine. Now, there is a kombucha. It's called Jun that's made just with green tea. But when I learned how to make it, I was taught to make it with both together. And so I always make it with both together. I bought a kit off of the big box store, and literally in that kit, it was a mixture of both black and green tea. So that's how I've always made it. And also, when you do make kombucha, no matter how you get your SCOBY, be that you buy it or someone gifts it to you, or you buy a brand in the store, it grows a new SCOBY each and every time you make a batch. So you will end up, depending on how many SCOBYs you make, or how many batches you make, you can end up with SCOBYs that are this thick.
Well, if they're that thick, do you cut them or do
But
you get
you can cut them, but what happens is it's a new layer every time, and the layers can be pulled apart.
Oh, they can be
Yeah.
pulled apart.
Yes.
If you have too many, what do you do with them?
Well, what I do with them is I dehydrate some and give them to my dogs, or I will put them in my compost bin. Sometimes I don't put them in the compost. I put them directly into my containers because I container garden, and I let them break down there. Because, like I mentioned, it's bacteria. The SCOBY is called it's a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and so yeast and bacteria is everywhere. I'm not a scientist, but yeast and bacteria is everywhere in the world. Like if you put cheese in the refrigerator and you get mold on it, that's a growth. Same thing with this SCOBY. It's just in layman's terms, it's a growth. And so it grows each and every time you make a new batch, and it feeds off of that sugar. That's why it needs the sugar, and it tastes different because they're using different teas. They're using different flavoring, and you find what you like, and yours will be different than your neighbors or anyone else.
Well, I found it when I had my first taste in it. I had lemon ginger. That's the one
Hmm.
I chose. And when I hit it, I belched. I was confused of what I thought I was going to be tasting, and I was just reading and trying to understand what is this. How is this going to help me? So I
Hmm.
thought I was going to go to the bathroom later and all of that, but maybe I have to indulge in it a lot,
A little
not
bit
just
more.
a little bit more. It was just
Yes.
putting a band-aid on it right there.
Yes.
But
Sometimes.
I really want to get into it. Go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes with certain people, their bodies work. Everyone's body works differently. Like I can drink it, and I may not have to go to the bathroom right away. My spouse can drink it, and he's like, I gotta go. It affects you differently. It's just like when you take a pharmaceutical drug, it affects you differently than it might affect someone else in your home. It's just a natural yeast and bacteria that will eventually flush out your system. It even tells you, I think, on the bottle, because I picked up a bottle one day in the store just to see what was in theirs. And I want to say it says don't drink it every day. But we drink it every day.
Oh, it's saying don't drink it every day, but you keep drinking it, huh? But
Yeah.
what about how do you got it in that bottle now?
Hmm.
When it's time to go in the refrigerator, do you always flavor it or you drink it the way it is when it's finished?
It depends on what you like. I used to flavor mine with fresh lemon and ginger. I used to flavor mine with lemon, ginger, and elderberry because those are the flavors that I like. But here lately, just because I don't feel like it, I've been drinking it plain, and it has a wonderful flavor plain, and it's kind of hard to describe um, because it doesn't taste like what you think it would taste like.
It
To
doesn't
me,
taste like tea. I didn't get tea out of it.
because it's fermented, and the fermentation, it changes the taste of it. Some what you probably had was effervescent and had that bubbly in it, right? So
Right.
they allowed it to go into the effervescent stage. Now I let mine stay plain so it doesn't get the bubbles. It's just flat, like the tea you would buy at the store. The
Okay.
difference is it just tastes a little. It tastes like fermentation. It's a little bit different.
Okay. Now, do you have anything else to share with us today besides that? Because I want to bring up something else, but I don't want to keep you from
No,
the.
I you this is your train. I'm just on for the ride.
Why? Well, see, too. So that's not the only thing you ferment. You fermented. Tell me what ginger bug is. Tell me about that while we got time.
My sister got me into fermenting ginger bug. She made a ginger bug one day. Ginger bug is the base of what you would make ginger ale out of. And it
Mm,
is nothing more than fermented ginger water. And just like the SCOBY, you take water, filtered water, you take fresh ginger, you add sugar in it, and every day you add a little sugar in it, and over time it will begin to bubble and it becomes active. And over about a week's time, a week to 2 weeks, depending on how warm it is in your house, it turns into a fermented ginger beverage. And you can use that to jump off and make ginger beer, ginger ale. I use it to make ginger tea. And so it's just a fermented ginger. That's all it is.
Ginger is very good for us. I can remember, you know, just using ginger. Take, I actually, during my time, I had COVID in 2020, December.
Hmm.
2020 December, I had COVID. And I was taking ginger, garlic cloves, and lemons and tea. And I had them, and I pretty much just had it in the tea kettle, and I would just pour it on, and I would sweeten it with honey. And that really, really helped me just put that ginger in my body. It has a lot of benefits, but I'm not here
Hmm.
to discuss it. But ginger has a lot of benefits, and I
Yes.
believe it helped me through that transition. And
Oh, for
why
sure.
I was never a 10. I never, you hear some god awful stories, and I just never was that one. And I don't know if I was asymmetric or asymmetric, or how you say it? Is that the right word?
Asymptomatic.
There you go, that one. I don't know if I was that or whatever, but I made it, and I credit ginger. So I
Yes.
use a lot of ginger now because of it.
Yes,
And
ginger boosts your immune system. And I too, I make ginger bug, I dehydrate ginger. And I find that when I dehydrate the ginger, I use it more often because I drink a lot of tea. My husband says I drink tea leaves and water and brown water because I like to drink coffee with nothing in it. And I drink tea with nothing in it. And so he's like, you just drink leaves and water and brown water. And I'm like, no, it's the same. It just don't have any sweetener.
it just
So
don't have the sweetness.
I get no
You,
love. But yes,
you
I
know,
put
I know Lady Cheryl really loves her tea, and welcome in the house, Lady Cheryl. And I know that Veggie Farm Stacy, she says she has a tea addiction. I don't
yes.
know. I had her on the show before, but I don't know if she's ever made kombucha yet. And I could just see her trying to make that now. She's a pharmacist out there where she lives at, and she
Mhm.
has a small space garden, hydro, and she loves tea. That's like one of her go-to. She drinks tea all day, so she probably just like you, just drinking tea with no sugar around that.
Yeah. I have a my both my family and I, we both have a huge cabinet that's in the kitchen that's nothing but all different kinds of teas that we
Tea.
purchased or stuff that I've harvested from the garden and dried. So yes, teas they get drink a lot around here.
Well, speaking of harvesting and dehydrating from the garden, you have introduced me to Kalindra.
Mm.
I heard it over there first, and I didn't know what that was. And now, as you get more awake of what's going on and what to grow, I'm learning more about Kalindra. Do you put calendula in your tea?
You can. I haven't put it in my tea. What I normally use calendula for is a salve. I
Listen,
started making a salve with calendula because I have a niece and nephew that have eczema. So I grow the calendula so that I can make a salve so that they can put it on without having to worry about a bunch of store bought stuff.
that's awesome. And how well do that, is the calendula lemon balm, how well does it work for them?
They don't seem to have any issues. If I put something in there that makes them itch, then that's the problem. Because I will tend to put everything in there, but it seems to be working just fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I mean,
we're a natural family as much as we can be.
right. So let's talk about we're on the road. You're so much more than a garden. You know, I know you came on the scene and you just was gardening. You want to educate everyone, and if you go over there, you guys, she will educate you in so many ways on why things are this way and what you should do. So I definitely I know they're dropping you. Yeah, you're getting dropped like it's hot in the chat. So people are going to be able to find you. So I know you're a gardener, but you are a fermenter too.
Yes,
You got all kinds of hotels and stuff over there.
I do. I have
Tell me,
experiments all over the
I
house.
have never known a person to make cabbage until I sat over there at ClausenWorld. Tell me how you got into cabbage. I kind of know, but tell us how you
Well,
got into cabbage. Tell us how long you've been making it, and how easy really is it.
well, I would say growing up, I didn't know.
Sauerkraut,
So
sauerkraut.
yeah, I knew what you meant.
Okay,
Growing up, I didn't know that where we lived was surrounded by a bunch of Germans. I lived in a city that a lot of Germans immigrated to, and so I didn't know that a lot of the foods and variations of foods that I was eating had a German tie. And then I lived in Germany for 5 years, and I'm like, oh, I like all of this because I was used to eating it, and I didn't put two and two together, and so I started eating sauerkraut. I think when I was in my mid 30s,
right.
and I began to make my own sauerkraut because I just wasn't happy with what I saw at the store. If you can find it, you may get a bottle that might be this size. This is about, I don't know, this is about 32 ounces. You
Like a
you might,
mayonnaise jar. That's like a
yeah,
mayonnaise jar.
yeah, you might get something that size, but I like sauerkraut like people would put green beans on their plate or corn. I will dump it on as a side. To me, it's not just an addition or a condiment that you would put on a sausage or a hot dog. I just eat it because it's cabbage. Number one is good for your stomach. If you have ulcers, cabbage juice is good for your stomach. And I have a couple of friends that they ask me all kinds of questions. What do I take for this? And what do I eat? And what do I drink? And so cabbage is one of those healthy foods that was in our household long before I even knew that it was cabbage. My mom used to make cabbage and cornbread, and those were things that I'm just accustomed to eating. And so it was a natural progression for me to go and have sauerkraut versus a fried cabbage or however, or steamed, or however my mom would make it. So I can eat cabbage raw. I have a head of cabbage in the refrigerator right now, and I slice it up and use it as a salad green. And I just have a cabbage salad. And to me, it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, because when you put, I've had cabbage raw, and I've had rutabaga raw. I've tried a lot of vegetables raw, and I just tried Brussels sprouts raw, and
Hmm.
I knew I had them in a salad bag before, but I just wanted to taste the raw vegetable and try to see, oh, okay, this would taste good with some vinaigrette. This would taste good with a little, mayonnaise solution or dressing, and that's what I found that cabbage do. But cabbage, that was the one pot dish I grew up on. It was
Hmm.
cabbage, corn, potatoes, and sausage in that one pot, and some cornbread. That
Yeah.
was my grandma go-to every week. Fridays we ate fish, and I don't know what day we had that cabbage, but I mean, probably was Saturday. Saturday we had the cabbage. So she would have make enough cornbread for 2 days. So we had cornbread Friday, and we had cornbread Saturday, both days. So
So
I
that was a staple in many people's kitchens, even now. And so I've been making sauerkraut for a number of years because I truly enjoy eating it.
Yeah, it is very good. I actually enjoy it. I only grew up eating it on hot dogs, but the way you talk about it, it makes me now want to say, maybe I should put it on the side because a lot of people talk about that chow chow.
Hmm.
Now, I've never made it as of yet, and hopefully this is my year. I'm gonna go ahead and make it. But I bought it, and I wasn't impressed. It tasted
Hmm.
like hot dog relish, so I didn't
Okay.
know if it was right or that was their brand. So I'm gonna try it again, and I'm just gonna follow the recipe from either Lady Cheryl's and um, Old School Soul Food. He has one, and Grandma Cheap Cheap. She does one without cooking it. She
Mm.
just puts a brine on top of hers. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at those three recipes and I'm gonna create it to try to get myself into it because it's cabbage. That's
Hmm.
gut health right
It is,
there.
it's gut health, yes. And sauerkraut is very easy to make. I do have a video on how to make it. It does take a little bit of time because you need to be able to break down the fibers of the cabbage and let it sit in salt to release its water. But once you've done all that, you just let it sit and
How much
ferment.
time? How much time?
What I normally do is I let it sit for an hour. I have a whole kit. I've got a
You made it
pounder.
seem like it's gonna be 14 more days.
No, no, no. It's an hour from start to finish. You cut up your cabbage. I pound it down to break up the fibers of it because cabbage, the spines can be pretty tough. I dust it with salt. I let it sit in the kitchen
Pour off
covered with
the
it to pull the water out. I throw my cumin seeds and a few other things there to season it up, and then I place it inside of a huge mason jar, glass
and then
jar. I
and you
use
put
a
it
half.
inside a cooler.
Yeah, I put it. I put it in a half a gallon. I smush it down. I put weights on top of it, and I use my husband's beer cooler, and that's because it sometimes will rise up and it might bubble. Because when it's fermenting, it does move. It breathes, and so I put it in the cooler so that it's not spilling all over every place. And I keep an eye on it, and I let it sit for about 7 days. And once it starts to turn, if you've ever seen it in the store and it looks really thin, kind of translucent, and it looks really soft, once it gets kind of sort of like that, then I know it's ready for me to eat. I keep
So
a smell test.
it's pretty much cooking.
It's fermenting.
Because
Yeah, it's fermenting.
it do look. I mean, I never realized it was a fermented. Sauerkraut, sour.
Mm,
That's
yes.
all I know. I eat it. I eat it on hot dogs. I eat it on a Reuben. That's it.
Yeah, I eat it. If I make beans and cornbread, I put it in there. If I happen to make fish, I put it on the side. Like I said, I use it like most people would use green beans or corn or whatever your favorite side is. I will put sauerkraut down like that.
Let me check
I
my.
put it down. I like
I
it.
know my. I know your. I know my special guest was in the room. I emailed them to give them the link. I'm gonna verify that right quick. Um, So we talked about sauerkraut. Does anybody have any questions about fermenting in the chat today? Welcome, Grace to Garden. Welcome, Miss Shirley. Welcome, Lady Cheryl. Welcome, G Mama. Welcome. Who else did I see? I was so happy. Lashes Journey. Welcome. I saw you, sis. I saw Branton. Branton. I hope all is well. Let's see what Branton been talking about. Branton be having us laughing. Brenda loves cabbage. She says she loves. And I got Miss Pam here. Miss Pam from Container Crops. She's here. Let's see who else is here, ladies. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm gonna check my email right quick. And welcome, Sapphire. How you doing? Welcome. So let's see. Can you see the chat?
I'm actually looking at the chat now. I had to pull it up on my phone. I wasn't ignoring everybody. Trying to get it.
You can go ahead and if anybody have any questions, I've seen it where people like to put that red question mark in there. That's so we don't get past your question. And we ourselves are a little delayed. So when I say something, they might hear it in a few more seconds. Let's see. Let's see.
Yes, I see someone says that they love sauerkraut. Yeah, I do. I love sauerkraut. I also put it on my salad, but I put more than just the traditional, tomatoes or carrots. I'll put some beans on there. You can put some corn on your salad. I doctor my salad up. I just don't make the regular American standard looking salad.
Now, well, I feel like this is a stupid question, but there is no stupid question, so I'm gonna say it. Three bean salad. That's not fermented, is it?
No,
Three
that's not
bean
fermented.
salad.
No.
That's a can, a jarred item, I guess. I
I
love
thought
it.
three I thought it was a dip, but I could be wrong.
No, three bean salad is string beans, kidney beans, and a wax bean. And
Oh.
they come in, you can get it in a can or a jar. And it's like a pickle. So I guess it's pickle. And
Oh,
you
there
can
we
add
go.
them to your salads. I used to, when I was in middle school, when they brought salads to school, I was tearing that three bean salad up. That and $1,000 used to be my favorite, but I don't eat $1,000 anymore.
I don't eat store-bought salad dressing. I make my own.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
travel I
I don't.
travel with it.
How are you traveling with dress?
You know, what I did was I bought at Walmart, they've got this little green glass jar of olive oil, right? I'm sure you all have seen it.
Yes, yes.
And I recycled that jar and I filled that jar up with my favorite homemade salad dressing and I put it in my purse and that's what goes with me. Got
Hold
the
on, you
top
put
on it and
this on your
everything.
purse, but you can't take it on the plane.
No, I can't take it on the plane. You can only have like 3 ounces of stuff. But if I'm in the car going somewhere, oh, that dressing is going with me. I
So,
I, I prefer it.
so I prefer to make my own dressing today. But before then, I was buying all of that stuff, and I
Oh
don't,
yeah,
I don't
me
buy
too.
it anymore because I just take olive oil, vinegar, and put any season I want in it, and lemon juice, and I'm so happy with it. It's better than
Yes,
any bottle dressing. So yeah,
I do the same thing. That's my go-to. But I use a balsamic vinegar and whatever seasoning I want in there, and it's amazing.
look, it's done. It's done. It's done. So it looked like nobody has any questions. I'm going to run. If anybody's never been over to Clausen World, I really suggest you go check out some of the information when it comes to different flowers and things like that because it's over there. It's over there and it can be taught. And we're going to run this clip and we're going to discuss a little bit more about the SCOBY, and find out who out here want to do it. So here we go because I'm about to make me some. I can tell you that. That's about to happen.
You're like, why is she saying it like that? Because that's all I'm doing. I'm just making a hole, putting a seed, covering it up. Hope you guys can see how it's now beginning to, the coloring is starting. Alrighty. Okay, so these are the mushrooms that I vacuum sealed out of the vortex oven. Now, I'm pressure canning, I'm dehydrating, and I am freezing. That is my food saver over there. So I've got like a whole line of here in the kitchen that I am trying to make sure. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to ClausenWorld. I just finished wrapping up my workday. Worked inside. I mean, it was naked. So I brought it back out early spring. I took it out of the pot. I refreshed the soil a little bit, gave it some fertilizer. I invigorated this. You may have that much information. It all depends on the company that you purchase your seeds from. You could be gifted a seed and there not be anything on your seed packet. And when you get a seed packet that you don't have any information on, you're going to have to do a little research. But yes, this is my lemon balm and calendula salve and or right, everybody. I have the sauerkraut in the kitchen. And before I open this up, I want you guys to take a look at.
All right. So that was just a small sample. And I mean, You have a lot of content up, and helpful, and so Nikki asked, "What's your favorite dressing?" So what is your favorite? What do you like to put together with your olive oil?
I use a balsamic vinegar with my olive oil, and whatever seasonings I choose. My favorite go-to seasonings is curry powder, garlic,
Hmm.
onion, black pepper, and I put always a dash of turmeric, and that's my salad dressing.
I have never made salad dressing with curry powder or turmeric. I can't wait to just put those in a jar now. So that's gonna
Fire it
happen.
up! Fire
That's
it up!
that's happening for me. Like I'm like, oh, I like curry powder. Oh, I like a little turmeric.
Hmm.
Okay. Here we go with this is G Mama Grows. She says, I can't remember the last time I purchased salad dressing. She
I
was
can.
she what how long has been?
The last time I purchased salad dressing was 2012.
2012. And how do
Hmm.
you know so well? Like how do you know?
That's when I started growing my garden, my outdoor garden. I used to have flowers and trees and all kind of plants, indoor, outdoor. But I lost my last grandmother during around about that time, and I had a huge push to grow food. She had a garden. She had flowers. Both my grandmothers did, but I had one grandmother who used to grow food, and to me, that was my way of giving homage to her and being close to her was to go out and grow food. And that's when I began to take the backyard, because I had a homestead at the time, and change it. And I put in a huge garden. And I knew then that I wanted something different. And I stopped purchasing a lot of stuff. And one of them was
Or salad
salad
dressing.
dressing.
Got to go. Got
Had
to
to go.
go. And we got blind guy and his wife. Their name is Laquita and Corey. They she they're vegans. Yeah, they don't eat any meat. And she's always encouraging us, what vegetable did you eat today? I ate some. I and she says she makes ranch dressing from tofu. I don't even understand that one, but hey, Quita, let us know if you got that. Maybe you come up here and make it for us. Ranch dressing with tofu.
That's interesting. I've eaten tofu many a times. My my sister-in-law is Japanese, and so you can get all kinds of stuff when you're eating dinner at my brother's house. But yeah, I don't I,
Tofu,
I, I don't think she's ever made salad dressing with tofu. That would be something I would try.
yeah.
Yes, curry powder, throw it in there.
Throw it in there. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Wow,
Oh my
2012.
goodness.
I was 13 years old.
Stop it, hands in the dirt. No,
He
you were
playing
not.
because he yo, we about the same age. He played too much. I was 13,
Stop it.
2012. You were 13.
I saw
Okay.
that hat you had on when you were planting those. You in your last live, that army hat. You were not 13. You might have been 23 though. How about that?
So we got Miss Shirley. She says she like to use olive oil, garlic, and onion. Mm.
Hmm.
I can see that over top of. I was looking at those Brussels sprouts last night, and I was like, I want to put some honey on them, but I didn't. I just put. I did. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder what honey tastes good. But now that she did this, because I put olive oil on them
Hmm.
and seasoned and balsamic vinaigrette. That's it.
But
That's
I
all.
put garlic in everything.
I
Garlic
have
and
to have
onions
garlic
and
in everything.
turmeric.
Now
My husband
you
always asks, "What do you put in this?" I'm like, "My special sauce, babe. It's my special seasoning. Don't worry about it. Just eat it."
um let's see what they say. That's something I remember the last time I bought salad dressing. Usually make vinaigrette.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mhm. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What the his Nikki said he's old behind.
Said with
Okay.
love. Said with love.
Yeah, she look, Miss Linda, her name Linda too. She said you got her ready to go make some salad dressing. I think making your own salad dressing is always better. I like it on my
Yeah.
sandwiches,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I did like welcome Sunday Nick. I'm trying to say your whole channel name. Y'all know I'm first names over here. If I learn your first name, that's it. That's I'm not calling you by no channel name no more. They be like, who was she talking about? She was talking about Backyard Sunday God and his name Nick. But yeah, I taken got upset one time. I was making hoagies, okay? And you go to try to buy this little sauce with olive oil and seasonings and put it up there, and it was $4.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, I can make this myself. And I started making it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just get some olive oil, some Italian season, no vinegar or nothing like that, and just put in oregano and put that on my salad, and that'll be it. And now that we have all of these things growing from parsley, uh, cilantro,
Cilantro. Mm-hmm.
do you grow garlic too? Have you grown garlic?
Yes, I grow garlic,
Yes, you do.
onions,
Potatoes.
potatoes.
Do
I
you
have a huge garden.
you make a couple of seasons? What's your favorite season you're making?
Right now, believe it or not, it's mushrooms. I've been dehydrating mushrooms and putting them on everything like I put like salt and pepper, just sprinkling mushrooms on everything.
Because the benefits of mushrooms are very great as well.
Exactly. The light just came on, and I had these mushrooms that I had been dehydrating, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to use them in soup." And something said, "Dehydrate those and grind them up and just put them on." I was making a salad and just put them on there like you're putting on black pepper, and I just put it on there like black pepper. Now I'm about ready to grow some mushrooms because I can't buy as much as I want to have. So yes, and I know it's not a seasoning, but that's how I've been using it. But I guess if it was a seasoning, my favorite seasoning recently would be turmeric. I've been putting turmeric on everything since my mid 40s. Turmeric and black pepper because it helps with inflammation and it helps with joint pain.
So I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm pretty sure it's a good idea. I don't have a dehydrator as of yet. Y'all,
Mm,
I got so much, but what I really want, I never really get it for myself. But today, when I was in there making this pepper steak up, I didn't have any peppers, and that's when I said, with all these peppers I'm growing this year, I'm gonna get a dehydrator and I'm gonna make a pepper powder. Because had I just had a little powder or some frozen in the freezer,
mm-hmm.
that would have been awesome, you know? So
Yes.
that would have been so awesome to be able to have that pepper available on there.
Hmm. I
You know,
dehydrate the peppers I grow, be them hot or sweet. The hot, I turn it into either a cayenne pepper or a pepper flake. The sweet, I turn that into a paprika. Um, we're growing it. Why not make it for
why
ourselves?
not make it for us? Right,
Yeah,
right.
we're spending extra money. I was just talking to Nikki. Um,
The
Tried to put my
everyday,
head and not my heart, but Nikki,
the
the
everyday life
OCD
of the,
OCD chick. Yeah, we were talking. She had a video and she was dehydrating onions, and I was telling her, I have been growing onions and buying onions all these different ways, and I could just take the dehydrated onions and turn it into onion powder, the little onion flakes. And I was buying all these extra onion sources when I could just do all of that myself just from one onion that I'm growing in the garden. And so
and
now
I'm
I'm
pretty
doing that.
sure it's so easy. I'm pretty sure it's so
Yeah.
easy. Let me check my phone.
Yes, but mushrooms are very high in vitamin D, and I just saw my doctor this week. You got to go when you're over the age of 50 and see your doctor every year, and they tell you you need this and you need that. And then one of the things that he always tells me, and this is probably the same for many of us in the chat tonight, um, African Americans, minorities, whatever minority you are, many minorities or minority group, many minorities are very low in vitamin D. And I am very low in vitamin D. I'm always low in vitamin D. I have to take a large amount of vitamin D every day, more so than just that one little bitty pill that you get at the store. I have to take several thousand IU's a day. And so, yes, that's one of the reasons why I dehydrate mushrooms and I'm sprinkling over everything so that I don't have to take a pill for something. And I will be growing my own mushrooms here, hopefully, really soon. Diva Jones and I were talking about that. And I've been saying for at least a year, oh, I'm going to grow mushrooms. And I have yet to get around it because I have so many projects that I'm already doing. But I am indeed.
If anybody could grow mushrooms, it would be.
I'm halfway there.
Having Scobie hotel on a countertop, you know.
I do. I have a Scobie hotel, and I have a container that I'm going to be growing the mushrooms in. I've already cleaned it out. I just need to go and get the kit. I literally walked past the kit in the store, and I was like, oh, I don't need it right now. And now I'm like, oh, I really need that. So I've got to go out and see if I can find a kit. And start my mushrooms. But it is something I am going to do because vitamin D, again, is something that's low in many of us. And instead of us taking one more pill, we should be getting those vitamins and minerals from the foods that we are eating, the foods that we are growing. And that's important to me because I'm about this sick and tired of taking a vitamin D pill because I have to take so many.
Exactly. So I take vitamin D as well. I take vitamin, and so this could be Laquita or this could be Corey. So mushrooms are high in what's that nutrition? Vitamin D.
Nutrients.
Vitamin D is one we're usually deficient in. Plus, there is high antioxidants.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome, Tori. Welcome, guys. Gotta go. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. All right. So boom. All right. So we're just waiting for our special guest to come on in here. Anybody have any questions about creating the Scobie? Because that alone sounds difficult, but you're gonna give me what's shipped out.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna have layers on layers and layers.
Yes, and then you will have your own Scobie hotel.
And you do recommend using a glass bottle.
Yes, I recommend using glass. Don't use any metal. Use plastic or wood when you're stirring your kombucha. When you're handling your scobies, don't use any metal. That's recommended. Me myself, I wash my hands so often. I'm always washing my hands before I'm touching it, washing my hands before I'm doing that. I got a little bit of a hand washing problem.
Hey, everybody got that little OCD thing now. We learning it could be all types of OCD.
True.
And I learned that from my girl Nikki. So let's see.
But it's really easy because, like I said, there are bacteria and yeast all around us in the air. All you do is just let it sit and it will create itself. There isn't anything that you need to do other than give it the right environment and it will create itself.
Can you see the chat? Hold on, here we go. Hold on, one more question. Here we go. So, Nikki's all good. I hope Brian's good. Let's see.
Yes, definitely OCD-ish much. And yeah, I wash my hands a lot too. You have to when you are working around food or you are, serving a family member or something, especially now with everything going on there with the virus. When you're working in the garden, there's always something. So I try to keep my hands as clean as possible. And here lately, I've been cutting my nails down to like the nubs because I just don't want to deal with my long nails because they will grow and I'm just cutting them down and just working in the garden.
I always feel bad about taking my nails down.
No.
Because I'll see a little bit of dirt and I'll take them down. I don't bite them constantly, but if they long, I'll take it down. I'll strub underneath of them. But I be wanting nails. But I do without thinking though. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. I asked my doctor Does it mean anything for the little lines to be in your nail as you age? She talking about some nail. I said, I saw YouTube, I saw Facebook. If you got the nails, I think it said if you got the lines in your nail, you got cancer. She said, girl, get out of here with that.
Well,
She said, girl, get out of here with that. I
I
just
work
want to
outside the
know.
home. So I can't have my nails too long because I do work outside the home and I spend a lot of time in front of the computer. And if they're too long, it affects my typing. And I'm sitting there trying to be cute and type, and then I can't get my work done. So I keep my nails at a shorter distance or shorter length because if it's too long, I can hear it on the keyboard and it drives me nuts.
Okay. We got one question. Then our special guest is here. I just want to let everybody know, and it's almost game time. So,
Okay.
Clausen, get your game face on. So here we
Okay.
go. This young lady asked a question. It's Grace to Garden. How long from start to finish does it take to make a batch of kombucha? So regular kombucha, let me talk. Let me say 14 days. Some people do 10, but you do 14.
Correct.
So I learned that. And to do an additional flavoring and to add any fruit, can you add cucumber?
Whatever your taste buds want to taste.
Wait a minute, I'm getting confused. So I can add fresh fruit or juice,
You can add juice too. Yes. Hmm.
but it should be fresh. It should be natural. It shouldn't be artificial.
Me myself, I would go for the fresh natural, but whatever you want to taste is what you put in there because your journey is not going to be like my journey. If you're not there yet with all natural, then you're going to do juice, store bought or whatever. Don't make it complicated.
All right.
Just make.
I want to ask a question. Special guest, can you hear me? Thumbs up. All right. I see you moving. Let me know when you ready. Because I saw that steering wheel moving now. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble, special guest. So they're gonna let me know when they're ready because they about to park or do something. All right, so where we go? So fermenting. I'm sorry. Now let's see. When using the juice, use something natural. Is that correct?
I prefer natural, but I do know that if that's not your journey just yet, do what's best for you. I never tell anybody if that's not their journey to do what I do because my husband says I can drink some of the nastiest stuff that he can't because I don't use sugar. So I say use what you like until you can get to where you feel as if you want to be.
Okay. So guys, this is the thank you, Clausen. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
So this is the part of the show where we have a little bit of fun. And if to learn more about fermenting, don't be over here looking for them videos. They're not here. They over somewhere else. I highly suggest Clausen. I actually also saw Dan Permaculture put out a video also that was very good as well and understandable. So I'm using YouTube to get educated on it. So that has helped me a lot. But now I have a special connection where I can just pick up the phone. I know you're home. That's the song. Okay. So here we go. Let's bring our special guest up. Brandon, what you say? You should use a straw too. What she say about a straw? She might be talking to somebody else about a straw.
I use a straw with everything I drink, so I would say yes.
But you know what? So I know somebody like that, and I always thought like you need a straw. No, I don't. I only know straw. I'm not putting my lips on. I don't know what that's about, but I'm not
Well,
even getting into it.
no, actually, certain things have a lot of acid content in it, and you want to be careful with your enamel of your teeth. And
Oh,
so I just because I drink a lot of lemon water naturally. I drink a lot of water. I put lemon in it every single day, and so I just began to drink all of my beverages with a straw because of that.
all right. Well, thank you. As soon as you start talking about the teeth, 'cause that's my worst fear. I won't go, go, go. That's my worst fear, y'all. The one day when my mouth is just got a ball on the top. That's it. It ain't no
No.
fear. it ain't no fear, but if I don't do something to take care of my teeth, like lose them, like I know I'm gonna lose them because age, but I don't want to lose them because I didn't eat right or something like that. So
You
that's
don't have to lose them because of age. That let my dentist tell you. You don't have to lose them because of age. And dentistry is expensive. So do whatever you have to keep your teeth. My
oh
dentist
yeah.
always says only floss the ones you want to keep. So
Okay, Dennis, thank you. All right, here we go. Y'all, show some love. Show some love for
hey,
GT. Drop that beat on them. That angle is not even working. Work that angle. Drop that beat. Boom,
yes.
boom, 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 boom. Look, now you come get your dog. Your dog is tearing up my set. Get on, dog.
Hey, ClausenWorld.
Hey, my Alaskan brother, how you doing all the way
All
out
right,
there?
all right. How you doing?
I'm doing just great. I cannot
Look at
complain.
that
I hear you. I hear you.
dog.
Does he have a cone on his head?
He got the comb, a shame of comb. What they call that thing?
The cone of shame. Oh, what did he do?
Oh my goodness, this dog is. Go ahead. No, he heard me get all excited and came in here running. Thought he was gonna get some belly rub. Yeah, he got the cone on. So what's up? Okay, thank
How
you.
you doing, Lydia?
Thank you. Thank you. How you doing? I saw you was here earlier, but I knew you were coming back. I knew. Thank you. On sight. Look, this is my favorite part, y'all. My cheeks hurt. All right. Boom.
Must
Y'all
be mine too, because my cheeks are hurting.
So look, thank you so much, GT. I always appreciate you and Clausen. So we got a new way we're gonna do the game. Now I had everybody doing rock, paper, scissors. I run a test on it last night or doing another way. So now we're gonna just pick a number from 1 through 10 to see who go first. And then whoever get the closest first, they get to choose the option first. And choosing the option first gives you advantage because you could say the number one answer, get the most points. So boom. For the first question going out for the family togetherness. I don't like to call it a feud really, but that's what it is. Pick a number from 1 to 10.
3.
7.
7 is the number. All right. So 7 is the number. I know that I think I'm lying. I pre-wrote them. I pre-wrote them already. Like I ain't gonna be thinking that on the spot. I just wrote them all right here. So okay, first question, and here it is. Name an occupation to stay away from if you have a short temper.
Childcare.
Teacher, 13 points. All right. GT, you need me to repeat it?
Yes.
Name a occupation to stay away from if you have a short temper.
Senior home.
God dang. Nurse, 5 points. Y'all are something else. So, so oh look, here we go. We already in the audience can help y'all now. Number one
I
answer
can't.
was
I
number one
can't see
answer
it.
was
Let me get
okay.
my cheat.
Huh?
Let me get my audience sheet.
Well, you leading. All right. So number one answer was police, teacher, customer service, nurse, ref, and a waitress. Yeah, I don't want no waitress with no nasty attitude
Mm-mm.
or a short temper because it ain't my fault that this glass is dirty. That's the dishwasher. It ain't your
Mm-hmm.
fault either. All right. So boom, there we go. All right. Pick a number through 1 to 10. Talk, y'all.
5. 5.
8.
All right. We're gonna give it to the 5. The answer was 3. You could have went under her. Name something many politics do that's wrong. Name something that many politics they do it, but it's wrong. Plus,
Name something that many politics do that's wrong.
oh, sorry, politicians, sorry.
I think making laws that have to do with someone's body is wrong.
Mm, that's a 0.
Okay.
Next,
Lie.
lies, number one answer.
For sure.
They lie.
Like a
They
rug.
don't be coming here voting on my body. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with me. Clark said, no man.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Everybody starts saying lie. You can't see the chat, but the chat welling on lies.
Oh,
Lie.
for real?
They capping. They be up there capping.
Oh yeah, they're all saying they're saying exhale, lie.
Lie. Oh,
Ooh.
read the rest. My bad. Hold on. What did it say? Hold on. I don't put it down. It was lie was the number one, and then it was false promotions. Um, they take bribes.
Mm.
They're jabbers. What that mean? A jabber? What that mean?
They cheat is what they say.
They
Lie
cheat.
like a lazy dog.
And they said bad mouth. Sometimes they bad mouth the other person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're doing a lot of that.
yeah, they do a lot of that. Credibility. All right, this is a good one. All right, pick a number through 1 to 10.
3.
5.
All right, the answer was 2. All right, you got first. You got to go first, GT. So name something. Name something. I don't know why this T is right here. That begins with. Name something. I don't know why this T is here. That begins with the gift of. Name something T.
Name
Oh,
something.
I
Said it
don't know why
again.
they. I don't know why they put a T after the word something. Name something that begins with the gift of blank. The
Gab.
gift, the gift of what?
Gab.
Number 2 answer. The gift of gab. Them nigga politicians right there. All right. That was 23 points for that. All right. The gift of what, Clausen?
The gift of giving.
That's a good one, but it ain't up here. Oh my goodness, Clausen.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
I don't know. Oh, all right. So the gift of life, the gift of gab, the gift of love, the gift of God, which is number 4, the gift of magic. So
I
there we
wouldn't
go.
have gotten any of those right.
Well,
I'm not a game
uh,
show person.
well, you're not a trivia person. You gotta. It's kind of like what you think though. So that was your thought. They didn't ask you. The 100 people were asked. I'm pretty sure somebody said the same thing. They just didn't make the card. That's all. They just didn't make the card.
I
All
don't feel
right.
bad about it.
No, don't feel bad. All right. Number 4. Give me a number from 1 to 10. Best answer. All right,
7.
cool. 7,
9.
9, and I'm gonna go ahead and let Clausen go first because the answer is 8, and kind of like
Sorry.
she said 7, you said 8. That would have been sweet. All right, so here we go. Tell me the first thing you'll buy for your home if you won $20,000. You buying this for your home. Now don't think like you. Think like somebody else.
Okay. I would buy a
Or some,
TV.
they will buy a TV. Number 1. That's
My
number
husband
1.
asked for a larger TV.
Yeah. All right. What would you buy? $20,000. What you just you move. You move. What you gonna get? 20,000. What you want that out?
A luxury bed. I don't know.
A new bed. 6 points. There we go. It ain't say luxury. Say new bed. All right. So number 1 was TV, a new kitchen, a living room furniture, new carpet. I would get my hardwood floors done. And new bed. And somebody just said a whole new home. Just give me a whole new house.
Just give me the whole new house.
Let me get my paperwork together. All right, pick a number from 1 to 10. Somebody said
5.
2. 5, okay.
1.
All right, and the number was 6. All right.
I'm good at picking numbers. I'm not
See,
good at
yeah,
answering
that's
these
what I said. I
questions.
got the number game
I
packed
can pick a
down.
number, but I can't answer these questions.
All right. Look like Blind Guy His Life said he would have got a stove. I want a new stove. Yeah, I want a stove too. I want a dehydrator. All right. Name a place where people are safe. Hold on. Okay. Name a place where people are self-conscious about their looks. Like,
California,
I mean, you said California because of what? Why did you say California?
because people are very self-conscious about how they look, what they eat, the environment, composting.
All right. It said name a place where people are self-conscious about their look.
Hollywood.
Yeah, they say a place, but neither one of them was up there. Go ahead, GT.
Okay.
I know, right?
Modeling. Oh, place.
A
Oh
place.
no.
It's okay. So you ain't gonna say nothing?
A place. Old age. Midlife.
A place. Like somewhere you go. Okay.
Um,
I'm going ahead
makeup shop.
marking down a 0. All right. So listen. G Mama, you got it right. She said the gym, the beach,
Ah,
and the mall. But Hands of the Dirt said the mirror at church. Some people do at church get self-conscious because they ain't got that big hat like Sister Ann got that big hat with the big bow. Who she thinks she is? I need one for Mother's Day. Okay, baby. You gonna let Miss Ann have all the good hats? I ain't gonna never get a hat for Mother's Day. So yeah, I can imagine. There go Veggie Farms. Welcome, Veggie Farms. I want everybody to please say "Hey Yo World" in the chat so y'all links could drop in the chat. So when Clausen looks at this again, she can click it and find y'all. All right, and vice versa. All right. So here we go. This week I decided to go to what they call it, a fast money. This is fast money right here. So these questions are normally quicker than the cards, but I'm playing it my way. So here we go. Pick a number from 1 through 10. Number 6.
1 through 10.
Yeah, 1 through same thing. What's your number?
7.
4.
Sorry, I
All
keep
right.
taking your numbers.
All right. The number is 6, and because you went past real far, I mean, and he coming up on, I
I
guess it
get
goes.
it. I
Okay,
get
yeah.
it.
I don't know. I did a baby shower recently. Somebody got mad at me with my number game.
No, I'm not going to get upset.
Thank you so much. So here we go. Name something a hospital patient likes to have nearby.
Name it. Said it again.
Name something a hospital patient likes to have nearby. I'm in the hospital. What I got? I have right beside me.
The clicker. The to raise and
Okay, a remote. That's 9 points. What would you like to have by you, Clausen?
The call button. So if I need help,
That's the
they can
same
come and help
thing.
me.
That's the same thing.
He said the
Oh
bed
no,
raiser.
it's not. No, it's not. 16.
You said the bed raiser. Now, I want to be able to call for help.
that
Okay.
is all on there. The doctor, all that. The morphine, all that.
No, the morphine is different. The morphine is different.
Now
Trust me.
somebody said a
I
water,
tried.
somebody said water, somebody said bedpan, somebody said pillow. But look, y'all, it was telephone, call button, family. We want them right there to see everything going on. Remote to the TV, and
That's
water.
to me is the to me in my house. If you say the clicker, you're talking about the remote or the garage opener. One of
So
the
what
two.
you were talking about the clicker?
That's the clicker. It's either the remote for the TV or the garage door opener.
All right. Pick a number from 1 to 10.
4.
4.
6.
All right. We're going to give it to 4 because the answer is 2. All right. Here we go. All right. Name something a man will do with a dirty shirt rather than wash it.
Put it back on.
Word again.
Turn it inside out and put it back on. Oh.
To go in there and talk about somebody to go out. I'm gonna go in here.
Talk about it's all right.
And go in the bathroom, do whatever you do, and come out with the same shirt on. I'm like, you know what? I thought you were gonna switch shirts, but it was still good.
It was still fresh. He was like, it's good. It's good.
All right, what you got? What you got? That was 25 points. What you got, DT?
Repeat the question again.
Name something a man will do with a dirty shirt rather than wash it.
Throw it away. I don't know.
Throw it in the trash. That's number 2.
Wow.
Number 1 point. Y'all just something else. Number 3 was turning inside out. Number 4 was use it for a rag. Number 5 was throw it on the floor. Number 6 was hang it up. Number 7 was wash the car. That same thing is change the rag. Number 7 was use it as a handkerchief.
Oh.
Just blow your nose with it.
Wow.
Two more questions, y'all. 2 more. Oh, 3
I ain't gonna lie. I've seen a man do that. A few of those things with a shirt is nasty.
Yeah, I've seen it, especially growing up. I've seen a lot of that. I seen handkerchiefs made out of shirts in somebody's pocket back in the day. All right, 1 through 10.
7.
4.
All right, and the number was 5. All right, Clausen, you got it. All right, so boom, here we go. What's the one worst? Oh, this is good. What is the one worst aspect of flying a plane? Like, what's the worst thing about flying a plane? What is the worst about?
I would think the worst thing about flying the plane is landing it.
Well, no, flying in a plane.
So, flying.
Oh.
I would think that it's turbulence because you get scared.
Yeah, turbulence. Number 2.
I've flown a lot of times.
I don't like that. I don't do. Hold it up. I'll be like, hold it up, Lord. Hold it in the air. What you think, GT? You flying in the plane? What's the worst that could happen?
A crying baby. I don't know.
That's not up there, sir. That's not up there.
A wing ripping off.
Crashing, turbulence, the takeoff, the landing, being so high up in the air, and the lines is security. I don't know what they got to do with it. They said in a plane. That's the security. I guess it's security on the plane. All right, pick up number 1 through 10.
2.
2 is the
5.
answer. 2 is the answer.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Somebody said crashing. Oh, Veggie Farm said coughing around me.
Oh, that's me all day.
So I wear on the plane, I wear a skull cap and cover my ears or a hoodie and tighten it, the mask and glasses.
You gotta cover your eyes.
And I put my music in my ears. I'm like, Lord, you need to stay home. You got to be looking like a criminal. I'm gonna take my picture next time I get on the plane. All right, so here we go. Okay, here we go, GT. This might be good for you. I don't know. Name the country you think the most people come to America from. Like, what country say I'm leaving here? I'm going to America.
Mexico.
Number one answer. They coming. That's 63 points right there.
Wow.
What do you think? What's, most people said Mexico. I can tell y'all that right now. Everybody said. Go ahead. What's your next answer?
I wasn't thinking Mexico. I was thinking in Europe, like Italy. We have a lot of Italians and Germans and Scandinavians that live in the United States.
Okay, so that was only 2 points. So Mexico was number one with 63. England was number two, which is 12. China was five. Germany was four. India was two. Cuba was two. Italy was two. Japan was two. And I think the reason why they Mexico was 63 because that's the second country really to us that most people come over from. Because if you think about it, I have family that came over from London that wanted to be in the States. So like you said, you would say Italy.
Mhm.
But
Well,
that's all.
they also come from Canada. I mean, that's not closest, but that's close to the United States. It's just on the upper half.
I don't know. I want to go to Canada. I want to go there. I heard it's better
It's
there.
beautiful. My
I
mom went
heard,
it. She said it's beautiful.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. So last one, y'all. Um, pick a number from 1 through 10.
5.
6.
All right, I'm gonna give it to six. You said five, you said six, and the answer was 10. All right, so here we go. Name an animal that grunts.
An animal that what?
Grunts.
Pig.
He had to do the grunting first to think about it.
Oh, shit. I'm done with him. I'm, what do you say, Clausen?
Gorillas.
All right, apes or monkeys. That's actually number four. All right, so number one was pig or hog. Number two was dog. I ain't never heard my dog. Well, my dog do something like he does try to get my attention, so I don't
I
know.
have bulldogs. They grunt. They snort. They sigh.
Yeah, so I guess they do.
Yeah.
So a bear was number four, and eight was number five. Elephant was number six, and horses was number seven for that one. So that was it. So now I just added up. That's pretty much it. And my broke farmer voice handed in the calculator right here, right here, right here. Got it right here. Got my last score up here too. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't even know how to work nothing. All right. So I'm gonna just add GTs up and let him go about his business because he got a lot of good points over here. And I just already know that he's the winner of this.
Yeah, he got 63 points. He
Yeah, that's
surpassed.
63 points. And that fifth one was 72 points.
Mm.
So that's a total of 253 points.
Congratulations, sir.
But just to go ahead to be on the nice side, let me go ahead and add this up right quick. I ain't got but so many numbers to do because you got a couple of zeros in here too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay though. It's okay.
I
You
don't
know,
feel bad.
yeah, don't feel bad. You got 100 points even. That's a nice looking number. I wish I had $100. Why not? I go buy me a dehydrator. All right,
They are $49 at Walmart.
do it work good though.
Yes, I have one right over there, and I have been dehydrating for my sister and my niece. Onions
Oh my
and
goodness.
garlic. I dehydrated onions, garlic, and what else did I dehydrate? Mushrooms.
So, GT, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come on here on the Woot Woot Show to play this game with Clausen. You are our winner today, but you were already a winner before coming on here. And we appreciate you just, having fun. That's what it's all about, right? Just coming up and holler back, um, whatever, all that stuff. I'm about to drop the beat and holler back at the same time. So holler.
Holla.
Thank you. So Clausen, you made it through the game with your 100 pounds. Let me
I
put
feel
your
good about it. I feel good about it.
that's awesome, right?
I didn't think I
So
was
you
going to
know,
get any
guys,
points.
to learn how to make scobies, to learn how to ferment, or to get an idea, she's not a book writer, she's not a doctor. These are some of the things that she put in her body. Always do your research. And I'm just gonna bring her up and let her encourage you, and then we're gonna just let y'all go on your way. So go ahead, encourage the people, Clausen. I appreciate you being here. Let's
Thank
see.
you. I just wanted to say a quick hello and thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. The reason why I grow, the reason why I ferment, is just to have good health for myself, to be able to share that with my friends and family. Because, like I mentioned earlier, I saw the devastation that not having good health can have in families, from diabetes to cancer, you name it. And so I decided that I wanted to make a difference not only for myself, but for those that I care about, friends and family alike. And I hope that today you all found this interesting. You found it somewhat informative, and you had a good time. And outside of that, thank you for allowing me to be here today, and I really appreciate the time that I was able to spend with you all.
Thank you so much, Clausen. You're the best. I look forward from hearing you from you soon. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. So guys, that was Clausen. Y'all ain't hear me call her C Dub, because I call her C Dub in the chat because I will be typing out all the words and letters. I ain't even put my mic up today, y'all. See, that's how much fun I be having. Don't even put all my little props up or nothing. So listen, I had so much fun. That was so informative to me, myself, and I hope it was informative to you. Stacy, she loves tea just like you. I told her you love tea. You probably already making kombucha, you know? Who knows? But do you, Stacy? Do you make kombucha? That's like my last question. Anybody who I didn't speak to, you guys know I appreciate all of y'all being here. I usually go over to chat a couple more days from now, and then I'll be like, oh, this person was here. Oh, that person was there. And I'd be so happy. So thank you. Share out the content. Um, please hit the thumbs up, all that stuff. Stacy, you already know. Let's see. Great show. Thank you so much, Renaissance Garden. Welcome. Thank you. I didn't even know you were here. I just bought a kombucha scope. Girl, I ain't even been over there to see if you made no content. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I think when I get my SCOBY, because Clausen is sending me out one, when I make mine, I'm gonna do the whole process, and then I may share what I did. And I'm gonna be nervous. Y'all don't want to hear my nervous thoughts. I don't want to say nothing negative because I don't know anything about it. I never did it before, so I need to just not be buying that $4 one at the grocery store, and I need to promote good health and good gut. And I'm at that age where it's going to be so important for me as well. Well, it's been Friday, y'all. Faithful Friday. I've been trying to put out a faithful word out, how to stay faithful, but just in my words alone, you know, trust the process of life. Put good people and good things in your life, and everything is going to happen. Everything is going to happen. Everybody that's going to the meetup, I see you there soon. I look forward to all the hugs and kisses, just like your auntie do. Hey, baby, how you doing? All that good stuff. So, y'all know about like I'm well, my family's well, hope you well too. What else? Y'all got anything for me? Oh, we coming right back Monday, y'all. We coming right back Monday. Had a little hiccups this week, but it worked itself out. Just be faithful, and I see y'all around these YouTube streets, right? Right? Holla back. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm checking in the chat right quick. GT. GT, I thought you was hiding at work, man. I ain't like GT might be at work. He might be trying to hide for the last few minutes. Eat fruits and vegetables. Eat your stuff, y'all. Eat your stuff. All right. I see y'all around. Anybody ever looking for me? Hit me up on the email. Y'all know I'm available. Come on, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. It's in here. All right, take care.
Hey, young world. Hey, young world.
Whoop, whoop, shout.
It's Lydia.
What up? Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the Whoop Whoop Show.
Wait, don't leave. I forgot to end it. What? Wait, I had too much fun. Did y'all stay? Let me check the chat. I saw somebody say woo woo. They're like, oh, duh. We all doing the best we can in this thing called life. Let's always build each other up. Holler back when the women cry. Woo woo. I'm a mess. I suggest.
Hey, young world. Hey, young world.
Whoop, whoop, shout.
It's Lydia.
What up? Whoop, whoop.